All right, Larry Krueger here with training camp practice preview for practice number 7, brought to you by Pig in a Pickle, best barbecue in all of Northern California. Check them out in Emeryville, Corte Madera. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. or until they run out, and that's a key factor because they do run out. Get the brisket chili. Say hi to Damon, say hi to Mary, the owners of Pig in a Pickle, and tell them that Larry Krueger sent you. The brisket is amazing, mouth-watering. All right, let's talk a little bit about what we're going to see today out on the field. Training camp practice number 7 in pads. Niners are out there. Beautiful day in Santa Clara. It's going to be a great day to go out and watch it. Let's first talk about the quarterbacks and what we've seen so far. And here are the numbers, and these are straight from our good friend Dave Lombardi, who tweeted these out earlier today or maybe last night. He said Brock Purdy so far is 29 of 47, so he's completed 62% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I think people have been critical of Purdy. I don't know what they're watching. This guy didn't even have an off season, and he's shaken off the rust. I think he's looked really, really good. A couple early interceptions, but who cares? And the guy's on time. He's throwing strikes. The crowd gasped the other day on a pylon route that he threw to Jawan Jennings that was a flat dime. And I mean, if you're not happy with what you're seeing from Brock Purdy right now, you're holding him to too high a standard. Trey Lance, so far in this camp, 25 of 39. So he's completed even a better percentage, 64%. He's got 1 touchdown, no interceptions yet. Sam Darnold, 25 of 40, 63%, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions for Darnold, which is a big deal for Darnold too because turnovers is the problem area for him. He's got to avoid turnovers if he's going to, make a run at the starting job. And then Brandon Allen's 13 of 24, so 54%, 2 touchdowns thus far for Brandon Allen. What I see more than anything with Brandon Allen is he looks good in the short game, the quick game, the intermediate game. It's when you start pushing the ball 18, 20, 25 yards down the field, his accuracy kind of wanes at that point. Now, the big story with the quarterbacks is the improvement, I think, of Trey Lance. Dave also had this stat. Trey Lance last year in the red zone in camp, 128 for 234. He only completed 55%. 6 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He's improved dramatically from what we saw a year ago, which is really exciting to see, and we'll see if it continues today out on the practice field. Now, what else are we eager to see today? There's 3 D linemen that are really coming of age, and I asked Chris Kasarik yesterday about all 3. Javon Kinlaw, who is healthy and looks like he's primed for the biggest year of his career. We haven't even really considered this, but if Javon Kinlaw plays to his talent level, this 49er defensive line is going to be monster because you added Javon Hargrave and you've got, obviously Eric Armstead. You still got Kevin Givens. You got Kalia Davis. You got T.Y. McGill. You've got some nice players on this defensive tackle spot, and they're really loaded there. But if Kinlaw fulfills his potential, and so far so good, he has been fantastic. Winning in the one-on-ones, bull rushing people. He looks like he's at a comfortable weight. Doesn't even have a knee sleeve going. So it looks like his knee's sound. Man, that could be a great thing for the 49ers and could bode well for a big year for the Niner defensive front. Remember the name Spencer Wagee. I asked Chris yesterday about Wagee, and he's like, man, he's coming on. Last couple practices, he's rushing the passer. He's like, he's a smart kid. He's got a high motor. He's got a great get-off. There's a lot to like about Wagee. He played defensive end at North Dakota State, but he's playing defensive tackle for the Niners. First day, he got stonewalled in the one-on-ones, but since that point, he's looked really, really good. And then Taco Charlton. Charlton, got off the plane, gave him a quick physical, gave him a jersey, gave him a quick pep talk. He got out there. I saw him get a couple sacks in the one-on-ones, and then he had a sack and a tackle for a loss in the 11-on-11. He was a former 28th pick overall in the draft. So, Chris has been known to resuscitate guys' careers. Charlton's a talent. If Chris can get him going and light a fire under him and get him to play nasty and get him to play fast and physical and maybe simplify things for him, that could be one of the pickups of the offseason for the 49ers. The one thing you cannot deny about Taco, the guy has talent, a lot of it. and he's about 265 pounds. Played at 270 at Michigan. He looks lighter. He's wearing number 77. If you see him out there, take a look at Taco Charlton. Can he stack days and be good again today? At linebacker, Marcelino McCrary-Ball is playing fantastic. Can he keep that rolling today? That's going to be a big question. The competition at linebacker is fierce. D. Winters is coming alive. Jalen Graham has had a terrific offseason. The Niners have a bunch of established linebackers and a couple stars in Greenlaw and Warner. You know, can McCrary-Ball and Winters and Graham all make this roster? I don't know. But to me, I wouldn't want to cut any of those guys. Winters is shooting gaps. You know, if you want to have a blitz-heavy scheme like Steve Wilkes does and fire your linebackers on dogs, you know, that's what they call linebacker blitzes, dogs, you know, then Winters is your guy, because this guy sees it, doesn't hesitate, and goes. And he's firing into the backfield and remind me very much of the guy that I watched against Michigan in the national semi for TCU. So I think that's the guy the Niners thought they were getting in the draft. Didn't really show it early in camp, but man, he's firing now, and I can't wait to see him today. I'll be honing in on 53, D. Winters. Jalen Graham wears 50. Jalen Graham's a terrific linebacker, and can he make this roster? How good is he? You know, we're going to find out. He made a couple plays yesterday, had almost a sack, or 2 days ago, had almost a sack of the quarterback, got into the backfield. I really love Jalen Graham, and I have for a couple of years. I think he was well coached at Purdue. In fact, I was just talking to Keena Turner a second ago, who just walked by, and you know, we were just talking about how this young linebacker core, Johnny Holland's got a great eye for these young backers, and the Niners got some damn good ones. All right, at tight end, I need to see more out of Cameron Latou. It's a tight end competition. You got Dwelly, you got Warner. They're hungry to keep their jobs. Braden Willis looks phenomenal as a blocker and as a receiver, laying out for catches. Latou's got to step up and play. I know he was a third-round pick, but nobody's on scholarship here. He won't make this team if he keeps playing the way he's playing. I'm looking for Cam Latou to step up as this thing goes. It's go time for him. He's got a month here to figure it out. And, you know, he's not going to be able to just be on scholarship. He's got to play, or he's going to be a practice squad guy or cut. I mean, the Niners will cut their third-round draft choice if he doesn't play better than he's playing right now. Right now, I'm not seeing it. He had a one-handed effort the other day on a ball in the flat. This is the pros. You can't stick out one hand like that. You got to be attention to detail. And I got to see what he is. Is he a blocker? Is he a receiver? Is he an athlete who's none of these things? The Niners need their tight ends to play and contribute. They're not going to be able to take this guy on the roster with just the future in mind. So it's time for him to get it rolling. At running back, Ty Davis-Price looks like, you know, a first-round draft choice the way he's running out here. Kalen Laburn, the undrafted rookie out of Marshall, looks good. J.P. Mason looks good. Can those guys stack days and keep it rolling? On the offensive line, I'm going to hone in today on Joey Fisher, you know, the undrafted college free agent. Niners gave him a significant amount of signing bonus money to come here. He's, you know, I've heard other people say they really like what they've seen from Fisher at guard. I got to study him in some of the one-on-ones and see exactly what he's producing. Jalen Moore, who got hurt 2 practices ago, is he back out here? If he is, he's the leader for that third tackle spot. He'll be somebody I'm looking for. And then Tay Martin and Ronnie Bell. You know, I don't know that there's a roster spot for either of these guys if Juwan Jennings keeps doing what he's doing. But Tay Martin and Ronnie Bell have both looked really good. They both can catch the ball. They both have flashed major ball skills. Can they stack days and you know, and really stand out? Looking for those guys today as well. All right, headed out to practice right now. Thanks for checking out Pig in a Pickle, and thanks for supporting the Krug Show on YouTube.